Ooh, I
Yes.
burped. Excuse me. Okay, so
Burping is good.
coming in for Team BOGGZ champ going to be Kremlin, Des Moines, Napoli, Moskva, Nevsky, Daring, Shima. Interesting with the Daring.
And why
That's
is that interesting?
well because Daring. I've heard people say that Daring is the best cap contester outside of the Smallland, and
Yes.
I understand why people say that just because of the quick smokes. But I don't know. I'm inclined to say that just French DDs in this meta are better, but we'll see.
Okay.
What do you got on your side?
So over on Team Dirty Water, we've got Ragnar, Harugumo, Kleber. And for cruisers, we've got Des Moines, Nevsky, Moskva, and as we've seen so far, Kremlin, Deadeye Abuser. Although he did play Ohio one game and that failed miserably. So we'll have.
Really?
Oh god, yeah. He
Okay.
pulled the Notzer and beached on the 9 line of North, and took full pens from the Kremlin on the enemy team until he died. So that was good.
I
In his
see. Well,
defense, he is currently playing on cell phone hotspots.
no.
Apparently so.
That's astounding.
It is. Also, would have liked to have
Wow.
known that before we did the draft, but it's okay. So,
Well, so he's doing his best then, what I'm hearing.
yes, he is trying, which we always see when we play random battles and people die early. I tried. Okay.
Well, I want you to know that one of my one of my chat members has reminded me that the story of Zath and Sea Raptor is a love story better than Twilight. So
It is better than Twilight, although there's no vampires involved, but yes, otherwise,
suppose not.
yes.
Look at Boom Diata. So I don't know whether this
Oh,
is
it's not
Unicum or whether it's Boom
it
Diata.
it's not Boom Diata, it's Boom Diata. And yes, it is Boom Diata.
It is
He just
actually
wanted
Boom
the
Diata.
uwu in there.
Well, as one does.
So
Making a very aggressive early push with his Haru. I wonder
it's
where he's
funny.
going.
It's funny because he wanted that and he wanted me to say that. He wanted me to say Boom Diata. But the problem is in the last game and previous games, he just kind of derped, and so when we say Boom Diata, it's in a bad way. And I don't think
Whoops
he liked
Diata.
that, but you know.
Look at that. They're getting the early cap. This is one of the things that I had TNG doing in clan battles was you throw a Kleber and another
Mm-hmm.
DD into the cap early, and if they
Mm-hmm.
don't stop you, the
Mm-hmm.
problem with the daring is just so slow. Like
Yes.
it's so slow.
Yes. Now, I
I think
mean,
it's its biggest.
Oxymoron did blow the radar, so we do know, your team does know that both Clevers are there, and now Oxymoron is pulled forward enough to get a shot, but he's about to get slapped in the nose, it looks like, by Deadeye Abuser's Kremlin, maybe? No. Island says no.
That's a very spicy position for Oxymoron to take. What I'm
Yes.
noticing is that it is six guys on the A line or on the A
Yes.
cap, excuse me, for your team, three on the off flank for Team BOGGZ champ. The question is how quickly is Synpax and Team BOGGZ champ going to figure out there is a single Nevsky guarding the C cap and start pushing it? It looks like the Shimikaze of Chukwama right now is going to start doing that. So we'll see if they can
Yes.
actually translate that into some actual ground to gain.
So this happened to us on our first map when the first game was Northern Waters, and our team stalled hard, and as a result got wrapped around. So I'm hoping that our team has learned from this mistake and will get themselves in a position to fight this. But we'll see.
One can only hope. Oh!
Oh! Oh! Oh! Dire!
Dark times for Dire 3. Dark times for Dire 3.
Dire is going to have
Wow.
to back up and think about what he just did for a
I
little
think
while.
so. That was incredible. Well shot,
Wolfman.
Wolfman. That was a Kremlin too. Like that was 3 citadels, I think, through the nose.
Well, it can overmatch the nose with that 25mm armor. BOGGZ, please fix this.
Yeah.
Come on.
No, it's not even just that, Zath. It's the Des Moines has got the 27 mil bow, which it's overmatched by the Kremlin, but the deck and the upper hull are 30, and that's also overmatched by the Kremlin. So the Des Moines is just a damage pinata for a Kremlin.
Oops.
But you'd never expect a Kremlin to be that accurate at that range. That's wild.
Yeah,
That was really crazy.
that was pretty crazy.
Well shot, Wolfman. I don't know. I don't know. Did you put money in my pocket? Did you donate to my channel to give you Ouija RNG? I don't. I don't know. It doesn't work like that, so don't bother.
Yep. Thanks to my chat
But
for reminding me of swap teams. I did this last second. So,
look at the firepower coming from your team, though. Like all focused on that Moskva and Kremlin. That's a lot of ships shooting at these guys all at once.
oh, absolutely. The thing is, they're not shooting at the same target. Mutsuki is shooting at the Moskva, and the other two are shooting at the Kremlin. So,
Yeah, I think that some of them can't actually reach the Moskva. So I would sort of say in that say, it's like, hey, if you guys can't shoot, if not everyone can shoot the same one, then like just focus the one you can. Like they
uh-huh.
can all shoot the Kremlin. Don't worry
Now
about the
notice,
Moskva.
Diata did rotate over,
He did, yeah.
and he's actually got a really nice torpedo spread coming up on your Shimakaze right now, who is reversing
Oh,
broadside to him.
oh, oh! He's gonna thread the needle. Chukwama is just
He'll be
barely gonna
fine.
thread
He'll
the
be
needle.
fine. He'll be fine.
Look at that! Wow.
But that does
But
push him back a bit.
it does. The nice thing here is that Manko Pro is doing exactly what he needs to do in the Napoli, which is go wide, stay
Mm-hmm.
wide, and just
Mm-hmm.
put constant pressure on the
Mm-hmm.
Nevsky and the Haru, because that's what you do. Napoli is very, very, very tanky and mobile, which means that they just push
Oh,
things back so Shimakaze can take the cap. What do we have there? What happened?
Omaru just got slapped with the Napoli Citadels there. He just,
Oh, man.
ouch. He lost a third of his health. Now, I mean, Nevsky can kite away, right?
Yes, for sure.
So there's that he's got going for him, but he's got to be careful as now Boum Diata stayed too close to the sun, and now Nevsky's got him on radar.
Yeah, he's getting. That's not where a Haru wants to be. Is trading with
No.
a Nevsky. Nevsky's
And
so strong against DDs.
just like I talked about before, the A push has been stalled. You can see Diego now sitting back, Deadeye Abuser not willing to go past the island for whatever reason.
Yep.
And that just basically means there's a whole lot of sitting going on. There's a Sitzkrieg. Dirty
Sitzkrieg.
Waters, Dyer now turning back to deal with CCAP.
Yep. This is, I think, actually a very smart play, Zath. I'm going to tell you why. Team Synpax, Team BOGGZ knows they can't take A against that many ships. So they've
Correct.
rotated their Des Moines back. The Daring is getting into a position where he might be able to rotate if he needs to. And they're just going to try and support C and B. So the DM is going back to basically guard B against being Kleber backcapped, which is really, really smart and a good thing to do ahead of time. So what's interesting to me is that, it's Team Dirty Water also realizing, hey, we cannot, we have to push through A. Wundiata just missing those torps.
Yeah.
What Team Dirty Water chose not to do was push through A and try to wrap around towards B. So they are trying to go back and get C, but that's going to take a lot of time. While Team BOGGZ is going to be racking up points off 2 caps.
Yes, and Omaru Polka is in trouble, and I think taking way too long to turn the other way. And
Napoli's
he's going to
just
be
so
up against,
strong.
he's going to be up against the border here.
Yeah, he's gonna get trapped and get stuck. But Manko Pro is smoking. I'm not quite sure why. He's gonna be lit by. I don't think Manko. This is the second time I've seen Manko.
Yep, there's the radar.
Yeah, there's the radar. Oh, he's trying
Manko's
to.
turning-
He's trying to turn out. He's turning broadside.
Manko turning
if
too
Omaru
hard.
Gets an AP salvo off. It's gonna be huge.
Omaru turning way too hard. He got slapped there. He's dead right there.
There
That
he
was
is,
a
but here
big
comes the
mistake
AP
there.
salvo. Oh,
Big
no.
mistake there. There's no need
Wow.
to turn that hard to the side. I mean, I know you're stuck on the on the border, but it's worth it to keep the angle as opposed to what just happened there. Ouch.
That was very interesting. Both Manko and Omaru making a huge turn in front of each other.
Yes.
Wow, really, really interesting. The Des Moines coming back. The Des Moines of Dyer is now on his way back.
Yes.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see where exactly. Team BOGGZ is not quite spread out enough to, I think, envelop and eat this Des Moines unless the Shimakaze of Chukwuama decides to come a little further down, maybe like G8, maybe
Yep.
south of that island, because they could take it back. They
Now
could take it back and swing this.
On my screen, we're looking at just what Team Red, what Team Dirty Water can see, and right now they can see nobody north of A.
Really?
And
Okay.
now they can finally see Nails in the Moskva, who's broadside, by the way, to Deadeye Abuser. Deadeye
Oh,
Abuser's
Lord.
like, yes, please. And he's
Here it
firing
comes,
his
folks.
guns.
Oh, imagine how Deadeye abuser must feel that after Wolfman's Kremlin gets like
Mm-hmm.
blessed RNGesus dispersion on the Des Moines, and he literally whiffs every shot on a broadside Moskva. Like
That's
it's
right.
just Kremlin. It's just Kremlin. It has nothing to do with Deadeye abuser. It's just Kremlin.
That's right.
Dyer taking a lot of damage here, but he is safe now. The question is just what can he get done from there? He's not
Nothing.
capping, and that's what you guys have to get done.
No. The only thing he can do is Hydro Oxymorons Des Moines. But Boom Diata now under radar from Oxymoron. All he can do is just luck chuck fire his shells, hope that his torpedoes might connect if he gets them out in a little bit.
Yeah.
Soul
But
Gamers
Boom Diata,
Nevsky's.
so many ships shooting at him right now, and it's a Haru. It's not dodging much, that's for sure.
Oh, wow. Napoli shells came in from the side, just barely missed.
Yeah, Boom Diata, really, really strong player, so he's making the most with what he can, but there's only so much you can dodge in a Haragumo.
Yes. Well, he just died in strength as he goes down.
Died like a hero. Well done, Boom
Sure.
Diata.
So
Boom Diata.
under 40 seconds left, 35 seconds to go until Team Dirty Water loses game 1 of this match.
What do you think, Seth? The 6 ships on the ACAP, but not pushing through it. You think that was
That's the
maybe
same
what did it?
problem. That's the same problem I talked about before. This time they actually put more assets on the ACAP than the first time. And
Oh,
once
really?
again, they just sat. So, you can't afford to sit. You've got to be willing to maneuver. You got to be willing to push. If you're not,
Very true.
pick up a different strategy because it did not work here again.
Well, well fought no matter what. First game goes to Team BOGGZ led by the illustrious Sin Pax, the Pax of Sin.
Packs of Sin.
So, you talked about what your team name means, Zaf, but I'm kind of curious to know how you, where did it come from? What was the impetus to want to make that your team name? If you don't mind me asking.
If to make
How come
Death
you wanted
Pick
that to be your...
Farmers.
Yeah.
So my stream is all about death picks. When people die,
Yeah.
I take shots of them dying because it's fun, especially when we do replays, right?
Yeah, sure.
So for me, it's all about just enjoying the beauty of the game. Because as you all know, we like to say that the art department carries
Our
Warships
department carries the game.
because they make some amazingly beautiful ships and camos and other things. So to me, I want to take pictures of ships dying as an homage to the art department, right? As an acknowledgement of, quite frankly, how fantastic they are. So
Yeah, sure.
that's what death picks are all about. And then I've turned those into the cover pictures on my replay videos when I post them later to YouTube. And
Okay.
it's just kind of fun, right? So if somebody sends me a replay and we cover the replay and they die in it, we take pictures of them dying, and one of those will become the cover picture of that particular ship, and it's just kind of fun
Okay.
to look at. Sadly, sometimes we don't have death picks, so it is what
Sad.
it is. But I've gotten to the point where at least one of my viewers will now willingly go and take pictures of his ship dying, his own ship dying, when he plays randoms.
Really?
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah, yep. I'll be because there's one time when I was like, "Dude, what are you doing?" And he's panning the camera. I'm like, "Oh, you're taking death pics, aren't you?"
Yeah. Taking death picks. So, do you have a hall of fame, or how do you?
No.
Oh, that's a shame.
The problem is, I do
yeah.
so many replays. I do so many death pics.
Sure.
I just don't have time, Boggs. I don't have time.
I get it.
With
I get it.
working a full-time job, I don't have time. So
I totally get it. And streaming on top of that.
yeah, even though it's one day a week. I mean, so I'll stream on Sundays from 12 to 6, right? I'll play my own games, I'll do a Zath chat, and then we'll do replay analysis for 3 hours.
Zath chat.
Right?
Chat. Yeah.
And then
Sorry.
I'll post all the replays plus the Zath chat plus the best videos and clips from me playing. I'll post all of those to my YouTube. So last Sunday I exported 18 videos to
wow.
YouTube. So that's 18
That's
videos
For
that
those
I
of you
need
who
to.
don't do this sort of stuff, that's a lot.
So
That's
yeah.
a lot of content to export.
that's 18 videos that I then have to type up descriptions for,
Yep.
code them
Yep.
for the different playlists that I have, figure out what order I'm going to release them on YouTube. And mind you, I try to do 3 videos a day if I can. Anything more than that is like I'm killing myself.
Well, it's
And
like people don't realize how much more goes into it. I mean, it's a
yeah,
lot of time. If you edit the video, that's a lot. Twitch has this really
yes.
cool thing now where you can sort of slightly edit highlight clips. So you
Mm,
can take your entire stream, you can condense it down into just what you want. You can do some minor edits to it, and then you
hmm
can export that which you ended up with. You can export that directly to YouTube, which that's an absolute for a content creator who streams on Twitch and makes like YouTube content. It's a huge time saver.
Yes.
But you can also choose to do things afterwards. Like I didn't want to edit and have to like render and use a thing, so I would just ship a clip from Twitch to YouTube, and then I would go and I'd make in Photoshop. I'd make like a thumbnail for it, a fun
hmm
thumbnail,
hmm
and that took about 20 to 30 minutes, depending on maybe less, depending on how quickly I could do it.
Yep.
But then you have to like then you upload it, then you process it on YouTube, then you have to distribute it, whether you post it, a variety of things. So it's a lot of
So
work to do that. And the fact that Zap did 18, that's
yeah,
huge.
20 minutes per cover picture times 18. It takes
It's a
me
bit.
generally about an hour to sort out my videos, an hour to code them all and type up descriptions, two
Yep.
hours to do our death pick our cover pictures, and then an hour to make sure it's all polished and ready to go. And
Yep.
then those get released over the course of the following week. It's a
That's a
rigorous,
lot, man.
brutal work. And I don't make that much on YouTube. There aren't that many people that watch me and follow me on YouTube, but it's it's a passion, and frankly, if I'm going to help players learn the game, I need to do it because otherwise they can't find their particular ship that they're struggling in, right, or what have you, or map.
Right.
So yeah, it's a lot of work.
It sounds like a lot of work, man. I tried. What I should have done when I was making YouTube content for a little while, what I should have done was just bit the bullet and did some of those like silly lists, like the tiering lists.
Yeah.
I tried to do some in-depth like here's how you play this one specific ship.
Yep.
And I don't know. I think people are more interested in terms of like getting clicks. I think people are more interested in like I want to see what his opinion on the tiering system is. It's like ugh,
Right.
because that
And
gets people
that's
riled up.
yeah, and that's frustrating because there's so much more to the game than just labeling where ships should go. But
Oh yeah, 100%.
it
100%.
is what it is.